And we're going to go to your Intro to Programming project. All right. Find My World. Select it. Right-click on it. Yep. Choose Copy. Then go to Using User Input. The default package. Right-click it and select Paste. Okay. If it asks you to save stuff, just click OK. That means you just didn't save stuff a second ago. But now we should see My World inside of there. And again, I can help you with that later if you guys need help. But we should see My World in there. Now I can make a class that extends My World in this project. Okay, so we're going to go New Class, String World, with a superclass My World, and a main method. So 3 things for this one: string world, my world, and a main method. We'll finish that.
You can put a space between my world.
No, you cannot. Okay, so inside the main method of this new string world class, we're going to tell it to make a new string world. So that's that. So that when I run this, okay, automatically, because it extends My World, it gives me this kind of blank screen. Okay. Then inside of the draw method, we're going to learn that there's another graphics method that we can use, and that is g.drawString. Okay. So drawString expects 3 different arguments. Okay. And for you, it might give you the names of them, but for me, it doesn't for whatever reason. Okay. So the first thing that it wants here is the string that we want to draw, okay? So this is an example, all right, is the string that I want to draw. This next argument is the x coordinate where I want to draw that, and this next argument is the y coordinate where I want to draw that, okay? So we're drawing that string. And I'm going to run this again. And there it is. So the peculiar thing, I guess, for this is that 50 is still 50 in terms of x. 50 for y. We're used to it being like the top left of a rectangle or oval. For strings, it's actually the bottom of it. Okay? So there's kind of reasons for that, but I don't think we care. All right? So just to kind of show you here, we could do something like g.setColor. Okay, and then we can do whatever color we want. I like indigo. G.drawString. This is an indigo string. Okay, now let me just show you this. You don't have to. If I do 50-50 again, and I run it again, okay, it just goes right over the top of this is an example, and you can kind of see example here and indigo overlapping. Okay, so you just want to be careful that you don't overlap these things. Okay, 75 instead there, so I'm changing this to 75. So when I run it the second time, or the third time, I guess, we just see that they're not overlapping anymore. You guys getting it so far? Okay, so like I said, there's kind of a lot today. We're going to go back to our was object, okay, or your object, okay, your Tamaya object. All right, and what I'm going to do in here now is I'm going to go public void. I'm making another method about me. All right, now we can't have 2 about me methods that are exactly the same. All right, it's just like having 2 variables that are exactly the same. It's ambiguous. We talked about that yesterday. Okay, you can't have ambiguity in your programs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say this one is different because this one gets a graphics object that we're going to call G. Okay, so we're adding what we call a parameter in there. Graphics is a class that Java doesn't know how to use readily. Okay, so like think about it this way, maybe, you know, like if I ask you what's 3 plus 5, you can do that, right? But if I ask you what's like 76 times 32 or whatever, maybe you have to go get some help. Okay, so Java can do graphics, but it just needs some help. And the way that we get it to figure that out is we tell it to import this graphics class. So if you mouse over that graphics word, you can tell it that you want to import graphics. And when you import graphics, it adds this line up here to tell the class basically, hey, you're going to use java.awt.graphics. Okay, and we can talk more about that at a later date, but it's really not all that important right now. Okay, so in this about me method, now what we're going to do is we're going to say g.drawString. We're going to do kind of the same thing we did up here, but now we're going to be able to do it on a world. So we're going to go my name is plus, outside of the quotes, plus name, and draw that at 5025. Okay, g.drawString. I am, outside of the quotes, plus age, plus, outside of the quotes, years old. Okay, if you guys want to add, like, you know, a color to this or whatever, you can. I'm just going to do 50 for that one, and then you would continue on with the I like things I like whatever prized possession, or I have whatever prized possession you have. Okay, all right. This next thing is going to be our very last class. I know that we're doing a lot today, but like I said, you're gonna have time to kind of fill this stuff out later. Okay, so now I'm going to do was world with a superclass of my world and a main method. So 3 things: was world, my world, and main method. I'm going to finish that. Okay, that's what yours looks like. We're going to have a main method that says make a new was world. And then inside of the draw, we're going to say make a new was object and tell it to do about me. All right, but the about me that I want it to do is this one that gets graphics, because I want it to draw on the graphics of this world. So you can either type it in or select it the way that I did. Now it's saying, here are the graphics for this was world. Send the graphics to this was object that we just made when we're telling it to do about me. Okay, so make a new was object, tell it to do about me, and give it G. So it goes to this guy, says, oh, okay, use this about me, do this stuff. All right. And so that's how that works. All right. So this is saying, again, in was world, when we want to draw it, we're going to make a new was object. And then with that object, we're going to tell it to do about me, but we're going to give it the graphics that it needs to do about me. So over here in was object, okay, takes those graphics and draws a string. My name is was right there. I am however many years old I am. Okay. So the big things that you're supposed to understand here are the concatenation piece, okay, where we can add on a variable rather than just typing in I am 39 years old, I am age years old. Okay, and that's really the big thing that from today. We did a lot of other stuff, but that other stuff will start making more sense as we go on. Okay, the big thing today is the concatenation piece.